Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
I mean, the Eagles are the team that cut him because they didn't, rather than make him their backup, they just didn't want him on the team. and he treats them so kindly to win them a Super Bowl. Like I said, I'm sad that the game had to be between these two teams because it was a great game, and I was sad to see the Eagles win the Super Bowl. Nick Foles, Super Bowl MVP. Now, what happens to him? Can a Super Bowl MVP resign to being a backup, or which team do you think will overpay for his services in the future?
I mean, if I'm him, I think I just earned a starting role. You know? I wouldn't be super happy about going to backup a young kid, even though that kid looks great. I think it would be a good move to trade him. But, you know, the Eagles could certainly wait until Wentz is back. I think it's telling that no one thinks that they're going to trade Wentz or anything like that, you know. And the owner called Wentz the franchise quarterback while accepting the Lombardi. You know, he said, after losing our franchise quarterback.
Well, I don't think even he expects to be the quarterback in Philly, at least
Right.
not full time.
Right.
So the question is, what team do you think he goes to?
He could go to any team, I think. I don't see, you know, any of the teams that are looking for a quarterback could certainly. I wouldn't want to give up a first round pick for him, but a second rounder, I would do that, as you know, to get him to the Jets. Why not?
The place where I think he makes the most sense is Arizona.
I could certainly see that.
I think he makes the most sense with the Cardinals.
It's going to be a really interesting quarterback carousel, yeah, whatever.
Carnival Cruise Line.
Yeah, this off season, because there's going to be a whole lot of quarterbacks going all over the place.
The Vikings are getting rid of two.
Yeah.
Did you back that up too? How they were saying they'd have Larry Fitzgerald and like to bring Foles over?
Yeah, they'll have Larry Fitzgerald for a year.
Ageless wonder.
They'll have David Johnson.
Yep. They got some other receivers that are pretty good. They're not great, but you know, with a decent quarterback, they can get open, and they'll have a pretty good draft pick, and might be able to, you know, pick up some nice pieces this offseason.
I mean, on defense, you've got the Honey Badger and you got Patrick Peterson.
Yeah.
So your secondary, pretty much those are the only two you need.
Yeah. They probably want to, if whoever gets Foles is definitely going to want to look into getting a tight end, because, you know, Ertz is going to be tough to replace.
Yeah. No, he definitely is. Let's see. Two Patriots coaches, well, this is outdated now, have found new jobs. Matt Patricia heads to Detroit. Josh McDaniels heads to Indy. Josh McDaniels actually has decided, as we had said earlier, he wants to stay with New England. So let me throw out this conspiracy theory here. Did Bill Belichick convince him to stay in New England because Belichick wants to retire? And basically just handed him the Patriots head coaching job.
Keys.
That's interesting. I didn't think about that. Maybe. You know, maybe you think he's going to retire before Brady?
Just a thought. Just a thought. He is almost 70.
Yeah. It, like, you know, there's never exactly a perfect time to retire. You know, you probably wanted to go out on top.
Oh, the Knicks are down by 20 right now.
He can't afford to.
Yeah, no KP, man.
It has nothing to do with KP. This was going to happen whether he was in there or not.
This is not going to happen with KP.
That's what they do.
He can't afford to
Disagree.
take too many more sideline tumbles either.
Yeah. Plus, he had that fight with Kraft and with Brady.
Yeah.
So maybe he's like, I'm done.
He could be.
I want to spend time with the grandkids I hate.
Yeah.
At least he's not, you know, making out with his kids like.
Yo! That's so weird.
It's
so weird.
Actually, wait, no, he does kiss his daughter on the lips. Not as bad as what Brady does with his son, though. I don't get that. I don't get, why do you kiss your kids on the lips? That's weird.
Like, my nephew is 2, and, like, he only does lip kisses.
But
he's 2.
Yeah, he's not 12 or, you know, close to 40. that kind of shit
41.
should stop at, you know, like
4.
5. Yeah, at most.
41.
Tim said, "Now I thought Dorothy and Alice would retire together like Arians and Palmer." It's possible, but I
Yeah, I
think
don't know. That's a good point because maybe there is a bigger rift than we're thinking. Maybe he's gonna.
I think Tom Brady thinks he's got 5 years left, and I think Bill Belichick knows that Bill doesn't
Yeah.
have 5 years left.
Yeah, I mean, he's done the most that you really can, and why not, go off into the sunset and just relax with your family and friends
And
stuff.
your millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah,
And the fact that you are widely considered the greatest football coach of all time.
yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Did he tarnish his legacy by benching Butler?
No, because that's what he does. If you don't follow the rules, there are consequences. That's how he's always been.
Yeah. Patriots fans are saying this is all on Belichick for that, blah blah blah.
It's not all on Belichick.
I completely
Belichick's not the
disagree.
one who fumbled.
Yeah, Belichick has also been consistent with his discipline, and Butler should have known better. Butler is completely at fault for his own actions.
Plus, like I just said, Belichick's not the one who fumbled in a critical situation.
He just came far from the fanny pack.
Yeah.
That's all. With Cleveland.
Yeah. Oh, God. That's terrible. Never want to see the fanny pack again. So, speaking of that fumble, is it just me, or in the fourth quarter, did Tom Brady look like he was actually a human being?
Mm-hmm.
Little bit.
He looked 40. We know he's not very mobile, but he was a statue.
Well, the Eagles' pass rush was getting to him. You could tell that he was, in the first quarter and in the fourth quarter, it was getting to him. Between that, he had some time where he was just
505
able to
yards.
do everything.
Yeah.
But the pass rush, was there finally.
And the Eagles clearly took advantage of having the stronger offensive and defensive line. They had serious mismatches, and they did a great job of
Yeah, their running game
taking care of that.
was fantastic all night. Jay Ajayi was killing it. I still don't understand Miami's reasoning with giving him up for pennies.
Actually, I was looking at it. Wasn't as good as I thought it was. They had 160 yards of running, but I thought Jay Ajayi had so many yards. He only had 58. LeGarrette Blount had 90. So it wasn't as good as I thought it was.
I mean, both of them were super effective all night.
Oh yeah.
Ajayi was really, ripping them for big yard chunks, and then Blount would just, be the 5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards over and over again.
Would it be
that just wears down the defense.
Would it be correct to say that Blount was smoking them?
Yes, it would be. Third ring for him too. That's rare company. Former, Oregon Duck.
Yeah. He's quite the 1-2 punch, right? That doesn't even make sense, but we're laughing because he punched a dude.
Yeah.
Glad he took the high road. All right. And, do you think that Tom Brady will be retiring at the end of the season?
No,
He's basically said no, but he hasn't said no.
I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to give it one more. The old college try.
The old college
Talking about how
try.
unsportsmanlike he is with not shaking Foles' hand. He never shakes the hand when he loses the Super Bowl. He didn't shake Eli's hand either time.
There was an argument
But
that
everyone talks about Cam Newton's unsportsmanlike conduct when he goes and congratulates Peyton, has a big smile on his face, even though he doesn't take off his helmet, and then is sulky in the post-game interview. I think it's more character to go and shake the guy's hand that just beat you, and then to, let your emotions kind of show in the post-game interview, which is crap anyway. They're not going to ask you any hard-hitting questions. Oh, how does it feel to lose? It sucks. What do you mean? What kind of analysis is that?
What I had seen about that exact topic was that he went and shook Corey Clement's hand, and by the time he would have been able to get to Nick Foles is already up on the platform. So he didn't have time to go get Foles.
I'm pretty sure Foles was looking for Brady. That's what I saw in the right after the game ended.
From what I had heard
I mean, maybe I need to watch a replay, but it looked like Foles was looking for him, and Brady just was headed straight for the locker room.
From what I heard from, it was either Rick DiPietro or Chris Canty, said that Brady was shaking some hands and just Foles wasn't one of them. Oh, the Knicks are terrible. God. Anyways, enough about...
I mean, third time without shaking his opposing quarterback's hand. I think that's a pattern.
Potentially.
It killed him to shake.
You know, like I get you don't like to lose, but dude, you've won 5 times. Like,
get over it. Yeah.
Like, how about, you know, showing some sportsmanship to a great competitor, a backup quarterback that, you know, was going toe to toe with you. Like,
Well, I just want to point out a couple things. First of all, the Patriots fans claiming that the refs were terrible, hilarious.
yeah.
Second of all, do you really expect good sportsmanship from the guy who was the star quarterback of a team that got caught cheating not once, not twice, not 3, but 4 times, and then deflated some footballs, and is part of a bunch of other sketchy doings, and then had an interview prior to Super Bowl in 2007 where he had said, "Really? You think we're going to score less than 17 points?" Okay. Do you really expect sportsmanship from him?
No.
Guess not.
No, I don't expect it at all. We talked about Tom Brady retiring, and I think we're all in agreement. No, he's not going to, right?
Not yet.
What about Gronk? After the Super Bowl, at a post game, someone asked him about his future, and he said, "Right now, I'm a little unsure about my future. I've got to weigh the pros and cons."
Yeah, I wouldn't blame Gronk for retiring. He's taken a lot of damage to his body. He's got back problems, disc issues, the arm, ton of concussions. Probably already has CTE. Honestly,
I mean, he probably caused that himself, smashing his helmet on his head and all that. That's probably self-inflicted.
I mean, who knows? That could be early warning sign of CTE, that loss of control of emotion.
But that's how he's always been.
He hasn't always been attacking players of the opposite team.
No.
That's new.
No. I mean, maybe he got a little Aaron Hernandez in him.
Maybe.
They just taught him how to throw elbows.
But
in
yeah,
WWE.
if I were him, I would certainly be considering retirement as well. You know, he's got a ton of money. He hasn't spent a dime of his contract checks. You know, he only spends his sponsorship money.
He can call Demi Lovato when he wants to.
That's a good point about that Demi Lovato.
Wait, what's that? I don't think I heard about this.
Yo, come on.
They're like, right?
They're FBs.
They are?
From what I understand, yeah.
Interesting. Good for him. What's that book, that erotic novel about him? The Gronkening or something like that?
50 Shades of Gronk.
Something. There's an erotic novel about Gronk. So,
The Big Gronkowski. Which, by the way, the Albany Public Library system, you can rent DVDs, and someone was returning The Big Lebowski.
Boy, that's
that's great.
Yeah.
You should watch that frequently.
It's good to know the library got knocked down a peg.
It's great. Actually, we rented a couple of movies ourselves. From the library, we rented Idiocracy and The Hangover.
Nice.
From the library.
Both enjoyable movies.
2 pegs.
I just got an app that uses my library card, and I can rent all the books and audiobooks straight to my phone, which is pretty awesome.
That is cool.
Yeah.
You go to the library to look for a job.
No, you have to be civil service to
Can
do
you get
that.
one of those newspapers?
Yeah.
Just take one. I'm looking for a job, all right?
Nope. But you can rent like a metal detector, cameras, VCRs, and DVD players and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's
support your
crazy.
local library.
Yeah.
They are an excellent resource.
That's how I'm reading all the Walking Dead comics.
And the source of that was, of
Nice.
course, Family Guy.
Man, I haven't rented
credit
comics from the
purposes.
library in a long time. Thank you for that, because I totally want to read some.
The Walking Dead?
No.
Oh, definitely do. I'm in volume 28, and I'm
I
waiting
don't-
for the next one
I
to
don't
come
like
out.
the show, so
It's completely different.
yeah.
Why don't you like the show? Really quickly.
I just found it not that great. The thing is, everyone talked it up as being amazing. It's exactly what you would do if there was a zombie apocalypse.